Live from the MGM National Harbor Casino, Knoxville Hill, Maryland, we have our intermission report here for the TGB Promotions and Golden Boy Promotions card, which has been a clean sweep for the 8th side of the Ledgers thus far. Hi again, everyone. Gary Digital Williams, and I'll be joined in just a few moments by Juan Marshall as we are in the intermission, getting ready for our main event. If you've been following along on either one of our blogs, Boxing Along the Beltway or Pro Am Fight Talk, you've been following along with all the results thus far. But if we haven't, we will give them up to you at this point. Give them up to you, I should say. Our co-feature just finished. Super middleweight Emmanuel, the chosen one, Alim, out of Richmond, Virginia. He stopped his opponent, Juan Carlos de Angel of Barranquilla, Colombia, at the end of the 6th round. Good showcase performance for Alim, bouncing back off that loss to Hugo Centeno Jr. And that was a tough loss for him. But he came back, and once he saw that de Angel could not really hurt him, he just plowed forward and able to get the win in that bout. So Emmanuel Alim now 18-1-1, 11 KOs. Juan de Angel falls to 29-1, 20 wins, 9 losses, 1 draw, and 18 KOs on that one tonight. Good night, of course, thus far for the Russell brothers. Antoine Russell scored a very easy first-round knockout over Wilmer Rodriguez of the Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. Russell basically battered Rodriguez throughout the first round, scored 2 knockdowns, one with the left hand, one with the left-right combination, able to get the win there. Antoine Russell remains perfect. He's now 6-0. All 6 win by KO. The time of the stoppage, 2:54 the first round. And Wilmer Rodriguez falls to 9-3 with 7 KOs. Antonio Russell scored a 5th round TKO over Jonathan Lacona of Mexico City, Mexico. That was a pummeling for Antonio Russell over Lacona. He just pummeled Lacona basically into submission before the bout was stopped at 2:01 of the 5th round. Antonio Russell now 11-0, 9 KOs, and Lacona now 17-20-4, 6 KOs. Also in the card tonight, a good performance for Kobe the Soldier Breedy. Now, Breedy dropped down to the super featherweight division. He was fighting at lightweight, and he was definitely more aggressive throughout the evening. He was really a good, solid performance for Kobe Breedy, as he won a 6th-round unanimous decision over Christopher Martin of Chula Vista, California. And Breedy looked very strong tonight. I was very impressed with Breedy tonight. So Breedy now 11-0, 4 KOs, and Martin falls to 30-10-3 with 10 KOs. Also in the card tonight, good performance for Brandon the Bulldog Quarles out of Alexandria, Virginia. 2-1 in the 5th round, scored a knockout over Fidel Monterosa of Barranquilla, Colombia. By the way, Antonio Russell's win was at 16 seconds of the 5th round, and Quarles was 2-1 of the 5th round, and he defeated Fidel Monterosa of Barranquilla, Colombia. Quarles was very strong. He dropped down in weight to junior middleweight tonight, and was able to perform very well in that one. Had a little bit of a weight disadvantage against Monterosa, but didn't bother him. He went on to win that bout. Brandon Quarles down 19-4-1, 10 KOs. Fidel Monterosa 38-18-1, 30 KOs. And our opening bout tonight, Ruben Simmons scored a knockout at the end of the first round. He was able to stop Aaron Davis. Ruben Simmons out of Lynchburg, Virginia. Aaron Davis out of Whitesville, Virginia. And Simmons with an easy win there, as Davis could not come out with a 2nd round. Simmons now 3-0, 2 KOs, and Davis falls to 0-2. Juan Marshall joins me now, and just your overall thoughts of the bout tonight.
Well, tonight it proves that the home team had the advantage tonight going into these bouts. Now, these bouts were competitive bouts, but the home guys just outshined these folks. And also, we noticed a lot of the guys, they drop down and weight to fight some of these bouts, and they carry their strength with them, and also their speed. And it didn't really faze them, because I think they did it the proper way. And enough of these guys been fighting long enough to know to do it the proper way, and that's what they do today. You know, fighting on a card like this, these guys train very hard. A lot of these guys were inactive for a little while, and they came back to make dominant performances tonight. With Brandon Qualls, did it the perfect way, was boxing a little earlier, wearing his opponent down, and be able to stop him, in the fifth round and to finish his bout. And also, of course, the Russell brothers, they dominate their speed, their power, everything they did and put together to get those bouts won and continue their winning ways. And we're going to follow up especially with Kobe Abridi. I was very impressed with Kobe Abridi, always fighting at 130, 135 pounds.
He's been off for a year,
and then he's been off. His last fight was here, actually.
Right. A year ago.
On the 20th. And May 20th, 2017. Kobe is normally fighting at 130 and 135, and he also trained that entire year to drop down to 126 pounds, which he looked phenomenal in. Very strong, very, very fast. Brought everything down from 130, 135 to 126. Well, I think he'd be a dominating performer in that weight division.
No question about that. So all's left now is the main event, and that's Gary Russell Jr. taking on Joseph Jojo Diaz. Your final thoughts on that bout, man?
That bout right there is going to be another factor with speed. Jojo said he's done a nothing training camp, so he's trying to get his timing. But has he fought anybody like Gary Russell before? And the answer is no. Will he be able to make those adjustments that fast with the speed of Gary Russell? That's the big question tonight. Will his size advantage be something? Because he said he's going to come to the ring being 140 pounds. Will that factor down? Will he be able to take the power that Gary Russell also added on to his arsenal? That's another question for it. So all the questions are in the corner of Diaz. Did he make those adjustments to come into a bout, the biggest bout of his career, other than being in the Olympics, the biggest bout of his career, make those adjustments to face a guy like Gary Russell, who's been avoided by all the top champions in the division?
Yeah, and of course, in the featherweight division, we had a title change earlier today with Josh Warrington defeating Lee Selby for the IBF featherweight championship. So this has a good movement and good bout that could tell us where we're going to be in the featherweight division going forward, depending on who wins this night. So don't forget, main event coming up on Showtime here from the MGM National Harbor Casino in Oxon Hill, Maryland, and then they'll move to the Air Canada Center for Adonis Stevenson and Badu Jack. We'll be back for a post-fight wrap-up show immediately following. Get our thoughts on the card here tonight, on the bout here tonight, and give a final recap of the card from MGM National Harbor. For Juan Marshall, I'm Gary Digital Williams. Thanks for joining us. Stay with us a little bit later on for our post-fight wrap-up show. Until then, thanks for joining us. Always remember to keep supporting the best boxing in the world, the boxing along the Beltway. Take care, everyone.